Welcome to How to Cook That. I'm Reardon and today we're making a rainbow steam cake and you'll be surprised how simple this is to make. For the cake you'll need flour, water, oil, eggs separated into the yolks and the whites, cream of tartar, sugar, baking powder, salt and gelatin, and we're using the gelatin in this recipe as an emulsifier which stops the water and the oil from splitting. Add the sugar, baking powder, salt and gelatin into the flour and stir it with a whisk to aerate it and get rid of any lumps. And I'll put all of the recipe quantities on the howtocookthat.net website for you, and there's a link in the description below. Make a well in the centre and pour in the oil, egg yolks and water, but don't mix it yet. Add the cream of tartar to the egg whites and whisk with electric beaters, or you could do it by hand if you've got lots of energy, just use a whisk until they have soft peaks like this. Move over to the other bowl and mix it on low speed until it's just combined. You don't want to over mix it here. Then mix in a third of your egg whites, and once that's mixed through so it kind of lightens the mixture, fold in the rest in 2 batches. Just fold it by scooping down to the bottom and up and around and turning the bowl as you go. Folding it instead of stirring it just helps keep the air in the mixture so we end up with a nice fluffy cake. Split the mixture evenly between 6 bowls. Now I suggest you use a measuring cup for this so that each layer is exactly the same thickness. Add a little bit of colour to the mixture and gently fold that through. Again, you don't just want to stir it really fast because then all the air will drop out of the mixture. Repeat that with each of your other colours. And for this cake you'll need a deep tin, and you want to line the base with non-stick baking paper. I got this tin from a store here in Australia. It's a Baker's Secret one and I don't think it's available internationally. I'll put a link below to where you can find it in Australia, New Zealand. If you find it elsewhere, let me know where you got it from so I can tell everyone else who wants it as well. Pour in the purple mixture into the tin and place it in the oven on the middle shelf. And now you want to put an empty tray on the top shelf to stop it browning and a tin of boiling water on the bottom. And this just makes the oven steamy to keep the cake moist while we're doing all these layers. After 9 minutes, it will not be fully cooked, but it will be set enough that we can put the next layer on top. Pour the blue cake mixture over the top and then place it back into the oven for another 9 minutes. Then add the green, and this is giving us nice even layers without having to trim off the cake, so there's no waste on each layer. Repeat that with the yellow, and then the orange, and finally the red. And bake that red one for 11 minutes so that the red layer is cooked all the way through. Now while that's cooling, we're going to make our ganache by pouring hot cream over the chocolate. Once that's sat there for a minute or 2, stir it around until it's well combined and smooth. Once your cake is completely cooled, run a knife around the edge of the tin, place some paper and a chopping board over the top and flip it upside down. Then pull the sides up and off and then carefully lift off the base. Place a bowl or something slightly smaller than the circle size of the cake on top, and then use that as a guide and use a serrated knife to cut off a thin layer. Now we're doing this to take off the slightly browned layer and to reveal the beautiful rainbow. It's just so pretty. Place your plate or your cake stand on top and flip it back up the right way and then peel off that baking paper. To make some simple syrup, put equal parts of sugar and water into a cup and microwave it until the sugar is dissolved. You can add some vanilla or other flavourings to that if you like. Then use a pastry brush to add generous amounts to the cake. And we're doing this because the sides are open and we don't want our cake to dry out. This will keep it nice and moist. Pour your ganache on the top of the cake right in the centre and then just let it drip down over the edge. If you want more drips, just add more ganache near the edge so that it just overflows. To decorate the top of the cake, dip the base of some macarons in melted chocolate and then add them in a circle going around the top of the cake. The melted chocolate will just help them stand upright. Yum, look at that! A super easy rainbow cake. Subscribe to How to Cook That for more cakes, chocolates and desserts. Click here for the recipe, here for last week's freak shakes, here for my cake videos and here for my YouTube channel. Make it a great week and I'll see you all on Friday.